What's up, guys? And today we got the NFL replay David Johnson 99 overall, go deep ×2, move the sticks, and battle ready chemistry. I do have some of those chemistries up, so keep that in mind. 97 speed, 96 acceleration, that stuck out really quick, and of course all the juke and spin moves. He's definitely not a power back. I really thought for some reason he was more of a power back than an elusive back. Also 85 catch. We'll talk more about that later too. But the 97 speed, I have Tevin Coleman, and he is my favorite back to use right now because he also has 97 speed and he's pretty damn good as well. And that's exactly who he reminded me of right away. And he was David Johnson, man. He's getting big chunks of yards at a time, having plenty of breakaway runs. He did get caught, I think, maybe twice from behind, but even though it's not impossible, it is very difficult to try and catch someone like David Johnson in the open field. But as you see right here, I really thought I was going to score a touchdown right here. I didn't think anybody was going to catch me. And then the last second on the side of the screen, someone just flies out of nowhere and just barely gets me. But anyways, man, you cannot deny he is extremely fast. Even though he might not always get the breakaway touchdown, he's going to get you yards. He actually had a few catches in traffic that were decent, like that one right there. But there were definitely obviously a few where, you know, he would, the corner or even linebacker would come up and smack the ball out of his hands. So if he's wide open, I doubt it'll be a problem. He might catch a few here and there in traffic, but I really wouldn't depend on it in a clutch moment because he might be disappointed. And speaking of disappointment, he did fumble. I believe it was 2 or 3 times. I did play, I think it was like 9 games with him, but still 3 fumbles it's not terrible, but at the same time it's like I really would expect a card that's a 99 overall to be fumbling that often, but I don't know. So as far as a grade, as far as fumbling, man, I would give that like a solid B, not even B minus, maybe C plus, because that was a bit of a shock. Now, like I said before, he's not that much of a power back. I got a couple of trucks here and there. I definitely don't recall getting any stiff arm animation, just a whole bunch of drag, which is not a bad thing, but his juke and spin, it's obviously where it's at. That's where I got the most separation as far as, you know, running moves. His juke was nice, man. He was making people miss left and right, so I would give that a solid A, not A minus, but more like an A flat. You see right there, it's not just the juke, it's also the fact that he's got such good recovery speed with the acceleration and the speed of course itself, so he can make people miss and then just take off and get more yards that way. So was I impressed with David Johnson? I would say yes, but I don't think I was impressed as I thought I was going to be. And of course, the spin move is where it's at. And you see right there, that right there is exactly what I'm talking about, the recovery speed. He spun past that first guy, and then he had the speed to get even more. I would have liked for it to be a touchdown, but it is what it is. And of course, he does have the battle ready chemistry, so I think that for me only triggered like maybe 3 times. I'm not sure why. I can recall those being available a lot more in the beginning of Madden 18. I guess they must have tuned that out. I don't recall them doing it. Maybe they did, but I just can't recall. And that's gonna wrap this up, guys. And right now he's going for around 330,000. I've had that Easter Tevin Coleman for so long, and they both have 97 speed. Coleman is great, and don't get me wrong, Johnson is definitely better at spinning and juking than Coleman, no doubt about that. But the fact that he's going for so much more, and I think Coleman's going for like what, maybe 50,000 or so. He's obviously extremely cheaper, and honestly, in my opinion, I would rather just stick with Coleman because I'm going to pretty much get the same value out of him, in my opinion, anyways. So I really wouldn't buy Johnson at his going price right now. But anyways, guys, I'll see you boys for the next review. I do have a lineup video coming up. I'll see you boys then. Peace.